You're live.
Not right now. Hello.
Hello. It's good evening from me, and it's good
evening from me.
So it's 7:32, and this is the first YouTube live I've done actually ever. Well, I've done them before. Evie hasn't.
I've never done them. That's why I'm so awkward. Hello. Nobody.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's there. No, there is someone there.
Oh, there's a person. Hello.
Hello. Is
Oh,
that?
no,
Oh no.
Goodbye.
So I want to welcome a special guest, Evie Jacob.
Thank you.
EDM Power Tower extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Master of it. And we're going to see who turns up. And if no one turns up, then we'll just
Leave.
close it down. Yes. And there's someone there. So the person who's there, would you like to say hello? No, you've gone again. Right. Because this is actually about asking questions. So so whoever's there, I'd like you to ask a question. They're back again.
If you feel like you don't need to.
You don't need to. You don't need
we
to.
could ramble forever.
Yeah, we can.
Quite hilarious.
We're quite good at that. Yeah, so it's about the Core Motivational Training, which is the first online course of the EDM model, which looks at how we are supposed to work, which is very important, using the EDM Power Tower.
Yeah, I've done it. It's pretty darn good. Is that the one that I've done? It is, isn't it?
It's the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one that was going to be a workshop in 2020. And then it wasn't a workshop because no one could go out anywhere. So I made it into an online course. And then inspired by that, I then did the Understanding Anger one. And then they became the first 2 courses. And then that other 4 I'd made before. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did my level 1 in 2018. I found the certificate for it yesterday.
Oh, great! Did you?
Yeah,
I'm designing new certificates.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
with the perspective. Yeah, I'm gonna get you one.
Oh, good.
Level 2.
I think yeah.
I think, yeah.
I was going to say I think I deserve a level 2.
Well, I'll have to look at the
5 years.
Yeah.
I haven't progressed.
But I'll have to look at the thing because it's all in there.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm far past level 2.
I know you're master. Your master. Oh, look, someone said, great. Is that Wendy, I wonder? Yeah, I think that's probably Wendy saying, how do I do it? Possibly. Neo, can you look at my texts? Lovely to look, we've got a thumbs up. So did you know that you can type? If you type, we can then see what you're typing, and then we could answer a question.
Sorry.
Gone again.
Notice how the internet works.
You kind of have to wait for your. The other thing is we could do a Facebook Live, but that's a bit complicated. I think
God,
to set them up.
No,
It's a bit complicated. I prefer YouTube. Neo, could you find my phone, my boy? Because it might be Wendy asking. Maybe she's asking a question on the phone.
We've got a text. We've got a call.
We've got a call.
That's funny.
Coming in.
Yeah,
it is right. Do you want to bring it here? There's 2 people here. Hello, 2 people. If you would like to, there we are. I say I'm here. Great. Hello, Wendy. We can read you now.
Oh,
excellent.
Do that then, do I?
Yeah. We cool. Well done, Wendy. So what you do is you just type in a question. So it can be. Well, maybe it would be good if it was to do with the first course, which is how we're supposed to be, but it doesn't have to be. So so if you just want to type in your question, Wendy, that would be great. Shall I give you a ring?
She'd also have to type that, so
right. Yes. Right, we're going to an alternative
communication. That's the word. Communication.
Right.
No pressure. A reminder on how we need to be ourselves.
Okay, good. That's the question. No pressure. Yeah. Sorry, Wendy, you are the only one here, so I'm afraid it's all down to your questions. Much appreciated.
Good practice.
Yeah, much appreciated. Okay, so a reminder on how we need to be ourselves, on how we need to be ourselves.
You're overthinking it.
Well, it's not why, is it? It's not why.
Oh, right. Yes, how? Well, this helped me find out how to be more of myself, because I was pretty sure that hula hooping was my thing, and it kind of is, but it's also kind of not, because it's not really bound to that one particular thing. The thing that I actually really enjoy is flow and patterns and things like that, and actually seeing the physical ways in which you can put different things together in the same way. So it's like a puzzle, but with extra, like the puzzle could be anything.
Yeah. Right, on the back of that, I think how we are ourselves is fundamentally being aware, which is the consciousness circle. And the more you're aware, the bigger that gets. And as Evie said, what starts out initially is your T, which is your talent, which is what you're naturally good at first could be hula hooping, or for me it could be videos. But once you become more aware of that, and once you start to do that, you then realize there's another layer beneath that.
Yeah, because
there's another layer
just
beneath
get
that.
more and more conscious of what.
That's right. So your consciousness gets bigger, then your talent becomes deeper, and then eventually what happens, and I'm not there yet, but eventually what happens is you just become totally okay just by being.
Yeah.
Just by being.
Yeah.
But I think there's probably at least sort of 10 layers below the first T, which again for you could be hula hooping, for me could be videos. There's probably about 10, low, the more you get down and down. And to be honest with you, at the moment, and it's also how life unfolds. It's how life unfolds at the moment. The way my life is unfolding, I'm realizing my T, what I'm good at naturally, is kind of looking after my parents, which never wasn't one before. Why is that? Well, because I enjoy showing them love and care.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that before, because I wasn't in the position where I could be conscious of that, because I didn't have my earth. This is the earth circle. Wendy, I need to make you an earth. Oh no. If and when you buy a power tower, it will have an earth circle on it. So the earth circle, if this is a power tower, the earth circle. So here is you. And the earth circle is the situation. So it grounds it nicely. Okay. It grounds it. So this is our consciousness here. So it's conscious of who you are in your stick self and conscious of your situation. So as your situation unfolds, as time unfolds in front of you, it then gives you many opportunities to discover different aspects of that T.
Yeah, definitely.
So one how could be, we see what unfolds and then we jump onto the one that we feel is going to be the most closer to our natural state of being. And then that becomes a T that you probably weren't even aware of, because you've probably never been in that situation before.
Yeah, I think it's good to note as well that if you're not really aware of your talent, other people will be, because they can see it a lot better. So when people tell you that you're good at stuff, you should probably listen to them, because they're probably right.
Yeah, because you will think it's normal.
Yeah, exactly. You'll think, oh, but that's easy.
Everyone can do that.
It's not easy. Well, it is to you, because you can do it, but not everyone can do it. And I think when you have a friend, like me and my friend use this tower a lot to talk about what's happened in the past. So we know, that's here and now. This is the past. We can talk about the past and what's happened there, and we can kind of reflect it with what's happening now and our relationship, and see where maybe why our talent hasn't worked in the past, or why we haven't seen our talent in the past, or why we've maybe felt bad about our talent in the past. So it actually gives like a lot more actuality to what we're doing now, and it actually makes it feel a lot better, because we can both see oh, okay, that's what happened, but I can still do that same thing again, and it could be really good a different way.
Yeah.
Great.
What you're doing there is you're taking the possible sad energy that was attached to that action before, making it conscious,
because otherwise you would avoid doing that.
Make it conscious, and once you make it conscious, if you're big enough, which you would be because you're with your friend and it's safe, to then get that, to have that energetic sad stuff to be taken away from that knowledge, that information you've got, and it becomes knowledge. And that's when there we go, knowledge, and that's when knowledge becomes wisdom, because you've owned it. So all the energetic past stuff has gone because you've cleared it, and it becomes knowledge. It becomes wisdom. So knowledge carrying the bottles of grief is, it's still knowledge, it's still the experience you've had, but it will still be charged with that sad energy,
and it's so
hence
easy
the
to
trigger.
Avoid.
But once you can, like you do with your friend, discuss that, realize actually that was the past, now it's the present, and then, as you say, do it again, then that negative charge goes away, and as I said, it becomes knowledge, wisdom, because you can then own it, and you can then sit on it. You can sit in your earth circle because you haven't got that trauma associated with it anymore.
I think I definitely did that with education, because I'd had a bad time in education before, and kind of when I did this and when I got better, I could see a different path for me in education, that, you know, I could use the institutional structure and knowledge from them to actually build up myself even more. Whereas before, you know, it teared me apart, and I thought, well, I definitely can't handle that situation ever. But I couldn't get a job because I didn't have a degree. So I needed to go back to education because I needed a degree. I had experience, but they were like, no, you haven't got that piece of paper that we need for insurance. I'm like, oh, for goodness, everybody's been telling me my whole life that, you know, you wouldn't need a degree, just go and get experience. That's what I did, you liars. No, apparently you need a piece of paper now. So I had to go back into education, and I've been coping relatively really well, actually. Like really,
you've done great.
Thriving at some points, and some points I've just been surviving, but some points have actually been thriving, which has been nice.
It's been great. It's been great watching you do this.
Thank you.
By the way, look, we have a comment from Wendy.
That's a good idea, on using the tower to look at what happened in the past and enable you to understand why and how something happened. Excellent point, Evie.
Evie's been doing loads of work with the EDM Power Tower and her friends, and you're just using it you're using it in your day to day, aren't you?
I mean, I use this in my relationships quite a lot, because there are some points where that come up and you're like, well, this is a bit weird, where's that coming from? And then you can talk about what's happened with someone else and see the similarities in the same, because they are similar situations, the things that are happening. And as soon as you realize what parts of these towers, like someone else has maybe taken away from them or made them feel really bad about them having it. So there's been bad feels there, and you can see exactly where that pattern is coming from. And you can say, or you can show, this pattern isn't happening again. Like, here are the differences. This pattern is different. And the amount that people calm down from that.
That's great.
Just, I mean, you've
is that with the hula hoops and all that? Well, what we're going to do, Wendy, Wendy said something else, huh? You sit with Jen. This is great, isn't it? Because I like this. This is why I like it.
You sit with Jen in the early days of the tower on a relationship that wasn't good. Because you can, I mean, bits of you are pulled apart, and if you've got someone who's really good at manipulation, which is, you know, if someone's manipulative, they can use these parts to steal the rest of these parts away from you and use them so that you will do stuff, a certain thing to make you feel better. Then they can use that thing to make, you know, as like a, what's it called?
Bribe
or
blackmail?
Or a blackmail kind of thing. Equally bad. They can use that to control you, and you can't get away because you energetically need that. You're bonded by it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but
And
if you
that's why
realise that,
people stay there.
yeah, if you realize that, you can take that back and
Yeah.
not be bonded.
Yeah, being aware of it is the key and the door. When you're aware of it, you see the key in the door,
Yeah.
and then actioning the next step is when the door opens.
Yeah.
Isn't it? We talk about that in the Making Sense of Everything course.
Yes.
With the door and the key, etc. That's coming up in 3 weeks. That one. Next week is Understanding Anger, but anyway, we're still on this week. But just so you know, yeah.
Which is core motivation. So
This
you're
is called,
using
yeah.
your stick to create your power.
Yeah. Yes. So sorry. Yeah. So back to what you're saying. So it's like, why do people stay in relationships where this is happening?
Yeah.
It's because they're bonded. It's that simple, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's that simple. It's nothing to do with intelligence or resilience or anything. It's because you're bonded. And one thing to do about it is that when you're aware of it, you can then start to see what you need to do, not necessarily even destroying the relationship, just making it so you will feel okay.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
mean, there might be aspects, you know, the other person might not like the fact that you're now not doing the things that they could easily manipulate you for, and they might destroy the relationship, and that's horrible to go through. But you would be surprised at how many people will realize, oh, actually, yeah, I am doing that. I should not. Let's make this a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. It's you've got many choices. You can have many choices, don't you, that you can see. So great. Have you got any other questions, Wendy? And also, can you hear us okay, just to test this?
Totally understand. Does it sound all right?
Yeah, well, I just realised, but she must be able to hear us. But I've just noticed those green dots, you see.
Oh, yeah.
So
she might not be able to hear my soft little voice.
Well, let's hope so.
Using the tower really opened my eyes from then it was a downward spiral. Can hear you fine.
Oh, great. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Great. Can hear you. Great. Oh, thank you. Right. Sorry. So using the tower really opened my eyes, and from then it was a downward spiral. Downward spiral. It was a downward spiral because you could see what was happening, I guess. So sometimes that is difficult when you see what the situation is you're in, especially in a relationship, and it can be quite a shock and quite a scare, especially when you had great hopes. So it can, yes, it can lead to that, especially if the other person is not gonna shift. If the other person isn't going to change, then it can make things intolerable. Because I could see what was happening. Exactly. That's a good point, Wendy. That's a good point, that sometimes, you know, when you do see, then it does get worse, and that can cause what you can say is a healing crisis, but it's very painful, and it's also sometimes why people do stay in the situations, because they can't face it, can they? They can't face.
Well, it seems too big to undo. Really, I mean, especially if you've got a repeated pattern of, you know, we'll make up and I'll promise something to you, and it might be that we'll do more stuff together or whatever, and then we actually don't do more stuff together, or we sometimes do more stuff together, but it's not, you know, as much as you would like, or what we actually said we would do. So then you've got, you know, am I going to settle for a little bit better rather than finding, you know, maybe cutting off that relationship and finding something that is going to make you feel a lot better. And that's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. Seeing the truth is hard. Seeing the truth is hard. Oh, okay. Do you want to read that, Ava?
How can the tower help you to advance in life changes, and what to do next, etc.? Well, I use this to really kind of set my relationship boundaries. So I noticed who I felt really comfortable to be around and who I could do all of this with, and then who I could do only some of this with, who was like making me feel bad when I was being myself. You know, like if I was wearing my favorite shoes and someone said those shoes are gross, and you know, no matter how much I really love these shoes, they bullied me out of wearing the shoes, you know. If they were making me feel bad, my relationship boundaries would be stronger. I would push them away a bit more. Not meanly, but you know, you've got to be like, okay, well,
you have to do it in a kind of humble way, but very assertively.
Yeah, if that's your opinion about my shoes, then I will walk away. So, I mean, I just found out what I really wanted to do, and then who was making me feel good about that, and not in a you know, oh well done, you're doing, you know, not in a
tick way,
not in a ability way, in a genuine, oh, I can see that makes you really, really happy, and I think you should go for it, because you know, it's really, you can get quite anxious about doing this because it's a lot of changes, and it's a lot of big changes. Sometimes it's really, really small and it doesn't, you know, affect your life that much, but sometimes you need someone to go, I can see that you're anxious about this, and remember that this is you, and you know, I've seen you do this, and you know, they just remind you of times where you felt really good and you've appeared to be your better self, more happier, more confident, more alive in the world,
more shiny, more shiny, more short, more
healthy. I don't know,
sparkling eye, better eyes, good eyes, good eyes,
and then find people who encourage you to do that. And it might start off really, really tiny, you know, there might be one or two, and then the more changes that you make, the more people you will attract, because you're doing the same things as those people anyway. So, you know, they'll have mutual respect for you then to do this. And then when you find people with more mutual respect for each other, then it just grows and grows and grows, because you are allowed to be who you are in a world that you choose to be in. So, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, good. Well, I would, that's spot on. I understand what you're saying. Good. I mean, it's we do look at that in the book. Actually, I'm trying to think which one it is. I think it's the play, that the glue that attracts people to each other. The glue is who you are. It is who you are.
Yeah.
So you have to show your stick self in order to generate feels, and then that's what creates the glue, and that, I think, is what people are looking for when they are aware.
Yeah.
When they are aware. When they're not aware, they don't get it. No, when they're not aware, they can't feel it.
Yeah,
they can't feel it. So that's a different.
But I think they still seek it.
They do. Well, they do, because they need to compensate. That's why they get so upset if you offend them.
Yeah.
Because I'm missing my feel. So my brain's gone into mine, so I have to get a tick off you.
Yeah.
And if you offend me, not only am I you're giving me a cross, but I also am forced into my non-existent feelings, which is horrendous and really, really scary. So I'm going to get very, very angry with you.
Yeah.
So you're quite right,
because you're in the moment as well.
Yeah.
They can see. Oh, you're here,
so that's
so it
gone.
must be you.
So that's gone, and this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yes, you're absolutely right, but it's disguised, so all the focus is on the tick. It's masked. So when we've done the work, and we are aware, and we think, actually, yes, I do not have a few gaps. How do I make my feels better? I'm not so bothered about the ticks or the crosses from you, because I know that it's me, not you.
Then you can really have fun with people, because you can laugh and joke, and nobody takes anything seriously, because it is a joke, and you can sense that.
Yeah.
Because your connection, you've got a strong bond of health love and care and safety. So, you can make really funny jokes, like scare people when they walk into the house. That's my favorite one.
Oh no. Well, you hid from me earlier, didn't you?
I know, I can't help
from
it.
Me, Where's she gone?
I didn't scare you though.
No,
I just hid.
No, yeah, thank you.
Said something else. It's difficult to get out of a busy mind state. It is. Yeah, it is. It is difficult to get out of it. It's hard. The hardest thing is when you're in that state of, negativity as well, it's hard to go and then give yourself this at all. Yeah.
And drama.
Sometimes, especially your own drama. I'm really bad at getting out my own drama sometimes. Like sometimes it doesn't matter what you say to me. Everything is, bad. But remembering that this exists and actually going, when I'm really stressed and in my own head and in drama, I go out to my garden now and I pick a flower and I bring it back in. I know that sounds stupid, but it really calms me down.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, that's a good point, because I was talking to Evie earlier about me creating dramas.
Yeah.
Because of my grief bottles and stuff. And I notice when I'm going to. I notice when I'm going to create a drama. And I just what I've been doing in those situations, because everyone's completely different and the situations are completely different. So what you do to get out of it is completely different. It's just what I do is I walk off. Well, similar actually. Yeah. I get out of I get out of this. I get out of the present situation that's giving me the drama.
Yeah.
And it just take 5, and then I go back in again. And I because I realise I'm causing a drama.
Yeah.
And it's like, what am I causing a drama for? Well, I know what I'm causing a drama for.
Yeah.
But it's like, stop it. Stop it.
Doesn't need
just
to
stop
be
it.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, just stop it.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing that for?
Yeah. Yeah. Stop what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Is the biggest question. Is
like,
it's clearly not for me because my behavior is self-destructive. When I do drama, it's self-destructive.
Yeah, but it always is.
So
yeah. It's you're going. You're bringing up your own, aren't you?
Sometimes I can't help it. I get that.
Yeah,
I completely get that. Sometimes you really can't help it, and I think it just comes with practice of doing it over and over and over again. And like my self-destructive drama it's really hard because I'm usually by myself as well. So I could easily go into self-destructive mode because no one's around to go, hey, what are you doing?
But that's a good point.
Over time, and this has taken me years, over time, I've gone, no, I'm going to get myself a flower again. Or, I'm going to ring my friend actually, and she's going to remind me of what is actually important in the world. Because mine is like self-imploding because I'm studying, like, all the problems in the world, that kind of thing. So it's not, I'm not really getting triggered by anything in particular. It's just the general world status. but then I can just look up something nice about the world instead and fill my brain with nice facts instead of all of these terrible facts that I have to learn for university.
Well, yeah. Well, So it would be in your environment.
Oh yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's not an immediate
thing. It's when I come home. I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. But it's not random. I mean, you're not sitting on your bed perfectly right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, it is brought on by something.
Yeah. And I think what Wendy's talking about is a bit with me and my parents' situation where sometimes you just lose your rag, basically.
Yeah.
And I just give myself 5, Wendy.
You're on speed dial. I thought it said John at first. And I was like, no, it's you.
Yeah, well, that's okay, Wendy. That's cool. That's what we're here for, is to to analyze, because it helps me. It helps me looking at things, and as I said earlier, it's the glue, it's the shared experience, it's the connection, and I'm human, and Evie's human, and you're human, and we're all human, and the more we can share all this interesting ideas, the more connected we all get better, don't we?
Yeah, and then you have different ways of dealing with stuff as well, because you know, we're all in different situations. We all
Yeah.
know different people. We're all doing different things,
Mm.
and we don't react to the same things as everyone. I don't know. We don't all react to the same things in the same way. Is what I'm trying to say. So when you have conversations with people who have been in kind of similar situations or can empathize with how you are feeling, and they've gone through that and they've done something about it, and that's really helped them to not go through that again, you can learn from them. And
exactly. It's very helpful. And it was all about expression, isn't it?
yeah.
And learning style. But I would also say, if you're getting triggered a lot, you need to look at the situation.
Yeah.
You need to look at the situation, because if your situation is causing non-stop drama, that needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
In my situation, because of where I'm living now and etc., my level of drama is very low now, so I can now identify what it is when I go into one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my situation now is really good.
Yeah.
So now I can kind of pinpoint it, whereas before, when the situation is full of potential difficulties, it's quite hard sometimes to come out the drama, because different things are causing it.
Yeah.
And you experience that as one long drama, but actually it's that, then it's that, then it's that, then it's that.
And you can kind of go through each situation, like, and see the differences of what it's actually doing to you.
Yeah. So exactly. So it could be that if you're having a drama, actually, once you look at it, actually about 5 different things. So I'll give an example with me. So say I wake up in the morning and my child annoys me, so I have a drama about that. Then I've run out of milk, then I have a drama about that. Then I get in the car and haven't got any petrol, I have a drama about that. I could think, oh, I'm having a drama. But actually, if I look at it, it's 3 different dramas. And actually, just me saying that, I could solve 2 straight away by being more organised.
Yeah.
So that would then get rid of 2 lots of drama.
While you get the petrol.
Yeah, exactly. So that would only leave 1 drama. So now I'm only going to be having 1 drama a day. I've got much more chance of sorting it out.
Yeah.
So it could be useful to break down the drama using that. Break down the drama using the Earth circle. What situation that was? What, because remember, situations are caused every second because it's a different time.
Yeah.
So that's one. And now we're in a different one. Now we're now in a different situation completely, and now we're in another different one completely. So I'm finding this sort of thing quite interesting recently. You need to break down time in frames. And each time frame will be charged with a different thing. And if you can unpick that, you will then be able to see, as you were saying, the patterns and the patterns and the everything. And you will be able to unpick the drama and maybe solve a couple quickly. And then you'll have more time because they don't all go away straight away, but they shouldn't all go away straight away, because that would be too much of a shock.
No, yeah. And I think as you talk to people as well, you get different techniques of dealing with different dramas and different situations. One I've got, because I find it difficult to get out the door because I leave stuff everywhere. Like if I've left my keys, I'll accidentally put my phone down somewhere and then I'll have to find that. So now I have a shelf in my next to my front door. So if I find my keys, I put my keys there.
Yeah.
If I find my phone, I put my phone there. And then it makes me leave the house quicker because I've got somewhere to, you know, I've got a limitation then. I've got a place to put it in. So instead of everything being everywhere, I've got a limitation on where I put things, and that is the place that I put things. So
yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that might sound simple, but what you've done isn't, you have been organized, but what you've done is you've realized that that's the source of your drama.
Yeah.
And sorted it out, rather than think, oh, it's just me, I'm really chaotic, that's who I am. No, it's not who you are. No. And this is where a lot of this gets confused with people, because people think who you are is different. You know, they think their personality is who they are. They think they're, and it's the manifestation of who you are given your situation, basically.
Yeah.
So, and I found this a lot in my previous work, when you'd work with people and they'd have all these different manifestations of themselves, which sometimes were very negative, and they thought that was who they were.
Yeah.
And then you get down the old, I'm a horrible person type attitude. Yeah. But actually, if you look at the reason you're like that, because that's emotional, is because of this, and you sort out this, then their emotions calm down, their negative self-talk goes down, and they realize that they are not that person. And I've noticed that a lot in this sort of last 10 years, is that people are defining themselves through their emotional experience. Like, oh, I'm really up person, or I'm, and it's an emotion. And that's a shame, and that's why they need to keep feeding themselves
with tics and
because they need to keep that narrative running, because otherwise they get scared, because they don't feel anything. So so I'd love to do a video or something one day about that, about how the perception of who you are is dramatically different, I think. In the mainstream narrative to actually what it is.
Because I thought I was a really negative person.
I know.
I'm not.
And people often...
I'm a creative person, and I was trying to be in a logical world.
Exactly. And you find, and I found this, that people who are really quiet, and we've looked at that as well with the learning style and expression, haven't they? And with people who think they're really quiet actually aren't, when they're in a situation where they feel really good.
And with people who allow them to express themselves and actually understand them as well. So like there can be a lot of people, you can be in a certain circle of people and you think, oh well, I'm not very good at explaining myself, but it is just because those people don't understand the way you are explaining yourself. And you could go to a different group of people and you go, oh yeah, you guys get it. And it's not you, it's the people that you're around.
But this has happened to me a lot recently, because I moved and everything, and met different people. Some people think I'm very unfriendly, and I isolate myself within the group, blah, blah, blah. And I actually don't mean to be like that. I am literally thinking, either I'm tired, so I'm going to lie down. Or I know I'm not going to have much in common, so I'm not really going to... I'll say hi and bye, but but that's perceived as I should be.
You should
chat,
make
la,
an
la,
effort
la.
to everyone.
And I wouldn't say I'm rude, but it has been. In fact, I have been told this. And my answer to that is well, it's just because it's just because I'm not that interested.
Which could be viewed as rude.
But I kind of love their presence. It's not the person. It's not the person. It could be the activity. Because sometimes it's with the home ed. It's literally sitting in a park. Which is actually quite boring. It can be. And so if you've got a good book and read your book, that's quite nice. And you're not ignoring the other people. But they're having a lovely chat. So if they're having a lovely chat,
having a lovely time.
Well, and this is what we were talking about earlier, wasn't it? That Evie was talking about. I hope I can explain this properly. If you're in with lots of people and you're all trying to get on, it's like you're throwing balls at each other and you're all trying to catch the balls, right? But if you could be in a situation where you're all responsible for your own well-being, but harmoniously, you don't get dragged out of being who you are, which is uncomfortable, and then you don't fail, and then you don't disappoint people, then it's not emotional. So the group could be strong enough to allow me to sit in the car after I've said hello and read a book while they chat with their knitting. The group should be big enough to allow that, because we're all connected. We're all there for, what are we all here for? We're all here because we have kids that are playing in the park, but we're all doing our own thing. And that's cool. And I must say that does tend to be the dominant attitude, but it is noticed sometimes. And I think with me, it's because I think I do change quite a lot, in the sense of I can be like that. But then if I'm with someone like I'm talking to you now, I'm quite like
like activated emotion.
So the difference can be quite.
Oh, why aren't they like that with me?
Because
we don't get along, and that's okay. We're just not interested in the same
same thing. So,
and that is okay.
And that's so important. That is okay. We need to be given permission. To
be in the same space and do your own thing.
I
mean, that's what me and my friends do.
Yeah, and that's really good. No, but that's very mature and very. That's what we need to do. And as I said, the culture has gone so.
Yeah. Well, no, I've been in friendship groups where it's the group, and it's weird to deviate from what the group is doing.
That's what I mean.
The group has to do all the same thing, and it really doesn't work. It takes ages to do anything. People get upset because they think that they're doing one thing, and actually someone else thinks we're doing another thing, and then they get upset because they think we're meant to be doing it together, and then everybody is upset for no reason. So we could all just be happy, and if you have a lull in conversation,
but that's so true.
Something else. Make a cup of tea.
That's so true. I mean, I've been in this situation quite a lot in the last couple of years. Is what you said? Everyone gets upset for no reason.
Yeah.
And they do, but there is a reason, but you have to be big enough to look at that reason.
Yeah.
What's like that. And then what I've realized again a lot like recently is that once I've realized what it is with me that's causing the apparent fallout, is that, and this is quite a funny conclusion. I suppose it goes back to the kind of humble, and if you take it a few notches down the road, that almost a Christian thing, it's just to be patient.
Yeah.
It's just to be.
What does that word mean?
Is that this person is getting upset with me?
Yeah.
I've realised what it is with me that's
upsetting
them. And maybe I should keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
And be patient in the sense of that's what they're like, so they will repeatedly.
Yeah. So
I need to be patient.
And tolerant.
Yeah. If I'm going to stay in that situation, of course.
Yeah.
And that's a new one, and I've learned that a lot in the last couple of years about being patient. It is about tolerant. How I've experienced it is, for me, is I have to be patient.
Yeah.
I have to not think, because that was me as well, which is nothing wrong with this at all. It just needs to be in the right box. Is I like things to happen now. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
Which is great in some things. But in when being around other people who you are different to, but you know what you're doing it for, you have to be patient.
Yeah.
And that's a new one on me.
Oh, we're not doing things now. I'm a very now person. Do you want a cup of tea? Oh, yeah. I'll go do it now.
Yeah.
No, later.
Yeah.
Why did we have a cup of tea later? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes it's excitement. So it's all good. It's all good. But I have learned that I can sit there now and feel patience, and I've not. That's kind of new.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah,
you're growing.
I'm growing. Yeah, I can feel patience at the age of 54.
Oh.
Didn't take me that long, did it? And it's only briefly.
With certain people.
At certain times, in certain activities.
If I'm not tired.
Yeah. It's a very small.
And I know what I'm doing it for.
It's a very small. And I've got my power tower in the boot, and I'm wearing these sort of clothes.
God, there's so many rules.
I know, but then I can feel patience, man.
Yeah. Wow, I must be incredibly patient. People have mentioned that you're so patient. I don't feel patient.
Oh, really? What, you?
Yeah.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you must be.
I'm patient at explaining things. I'm not patient in queues. Oh God.
No.
Stop waiting for things.
I'll
not stand in a queue.
Yeah.
I'll leave.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Wendy, any more comments? Are you still there? Is there anything so how have you found this experience, Evie?
Awkward at the start. I think that was blatantly obvious, and now I'm just having a conversation with you.
Yes, that's right. Do you like the can't think of anything? Great. Do you like the
it's
great,
pretty good.
Yeah, great. Well, I've really enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this. So I think we should do this once a month.
Yeah,
I think I need to come to Derby once a month.
You're going to come and see me.
I'd love to come and see you.
Well, the funny thing is I'm starting to do videos as well. To make me do more reading. This is a plan, by the way. I don't know if it will ever come to fruition. But to make me do more reading, I'm going to look through some sociological concepts using this and just kind of break it down a little bit So hopefully I will have a nice filming space for us to do that in.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, have you enjoyed this, Wendy? And is there someone else watching?
Yes, but silently.
Yes, there's someone else watching. Well, thank you very much for joining in and asking questions, because that's what we need.
It's been fun.
And it's been great. And next week is Understanding Anger. I shall probably be on my own next week, Understanding Anger. And I'm going to put the online course that you can find from going onto the website www.energydynamicmodel.com. If you click on online courses, if you go on there, that site, there's an Understanding. Great, you enjoyed, fantastic. There's Understanding Anger, and I'm going to make that free for 1 week. And then the next Saturday, I will be talking about it. So there we are. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for joining me, Evie. Really absolute pleasure.
Yeah,
you've been here.
I was scared of it, I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit anxious before we started, but it's been okay.
Yeah. It's you just got to do it, do it. And I'm slightly disappointed in my scenery, but there you are. Better than, well, there you are. This is life. So thank you, Wendy, and thank you for the other person who's watching. And please spread the word and take good care. Bye-bye for now.
Goodbye.
And right, there we are.